Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Claudia or Clouds and I'm a tour guide here at Welcome to Travel in Melbourne. So I'm going to pack assuming that I'm coming to Australia on a working holiday visa. A working holiday visa is probably going to be the most difficult trip to kind of pack for because you're more than likely coming for an extended period of time and you're going to be doing a combination of living, working and backpacking, and you are more than likely in Australia to be traveling to a range of different climates and seasons. So hopefully this is going to be really useful for you guys. Now the first thing you're going to want to organise is your luggage. There is such a big debate about suitcase versus backpack, what size, what brand, what type, and at the end of the day it's completely up to you and your personal preference. But look, we are a travel company and we have gone out of our way, spent countless hours researching and asking people what their favourite backpack is and what the most recommended is worldwide. Kathmandu is an amazing brand. They have come out with this hybrid backpack. Suitcase versus backpack is made easy with Kathmandu because they've literally meshed the two together. You have a suitcase while you're going distances in airports, stations, things like that where you can actually wheel it. But when you're going over rough terrain or having to sprint somewhere for a bus or a train, happens all the time, you can use it in the way that a normal backpack would function. And I was thinking, oh look, is the back going to be really uncomfortable because they've got that input suitcase backing onto it, and you literally can't tell. They've still got all the padding on the back that you need, and it actually comes up higher, which is something that is an issue for short people with backpacks. They come down too low and they kind of limit the mobility, and they do the whole turtle backpacker thing, which is not ideal because when they walk, you know, your thighs kind of hit the bottom of the backpack and it's just doing this. Now it's entirely up to you what size you go for. Again, on a working holiday visa, you're more than likely needing to pack for different seasons and a prolonged period of time. So this size and that I recommend is the 70 litre. It is huge. You will fit everything needed in here. Now, I think a big reason why a lot of us still default to a suitcase even when we know we're going backpacking is because of the accessibility. We can open the entire suitcase up and have access to whatever we need without pulling it all out. When I went on my backpacking trips previously, before I realized this even existed, I used my parents' hand-me-down backpacks from the 80s and you could only access it from the top. And for some reason, I like to put my most essential items at the very bottom, which is dumb. The hybrid is going to give you the accessibility of a suitcase still, but in a backpack. So you can literally open the whole thing up like this and you can see how spacious it is inside as the 70 litre backpack. I think this is a big reason why it happens to be rated the most popular or the most recommended for a backpack, not only from Kathmandu but amongst all other brands as well, because it mixes all those functions together that you will need. Now lastly, another reason why we love the Kathmandu brand so much is that they're now a certified B Corporation. Now that is a really stringent certification process to actually go through as a brand and be approved for. So it does mean that Kathmandu has shown and gone through the efforts to actually be approved of such a certification. So what does it mean to be a certified B Corporation? So the B Corp community works towards reduced inequality, lower levels of poverty, a healthier environment, stronger communities, and the creation of high quality jobs with dignity and purpose. So it's just another reason why we personally love the Kathmandu brand. Two more pieces of luggage you do want to think about, and number one is a carry-on or a day bag. Now I personally love this one here. This is a brand I found in Melbourne called Timbuktu, and it just does the job. Something I always just want to think about is the padding on the shoulders and the back. Now this size here, you can't really go wrong. It's got everything that you need, and this is something that I would absolutely take as carry-on luggage on the plane. And lastly, this is what I'm most excited about. This is from a brand called Backpacking Solo by Christiane, my love, my one true crush. She has created this backpacking clothing line, and the bum bag is unreal. So basically with a bum bag, you can't go wrong when you're traveling, just because it keeps all your essential items secure and on your person, so you feel like it's all really well looked after and you've got good access to it. Now this design here, it's really cute. It's just got a little label solo on the front. It's got 3 separate compartments, and the one that's closest to you is perfect for a passport. All right, toiletries and towels. Now this is something that we always overpack on. Occasionally gotten the question like, should I pack my own shampoo, or do you guys have any? You can get everything that you need, so you don't have to pack like the jumbo jugs of shampoo and conditioner. So first of all, you want to think about towels. Now, because you're not just going to backpack, you might be living and working, you don't want to skimp on a good bath towel. I know that sounds like a flash packer thing to say, but personally, I just don't want to have to deal with being in a hostel and trying to dry my hair and myself with those tiny little microfiber towels. So that's why I always like to bring a cozy, fluffy bath towel. Yes, it does take up a little bit of space, but again, you're not just going for a quick backpacking trip. Secondly, you need a beach towel, and one that's likely to be packed small, so you can have it in like a little tote bag or your day bag and not take up too much space, and one that should be able to dry a little bit quicker. I came across this Australian brand called Tessellate, and it was actually recommended by Christiane from Backpacking Bananas. She had a promo code. I'd never ever heard of it before. This doesn't allow sand to stick on it, so when I'm at the beach, even if it's a little bit damp and I think normally the sand's just going to cling onto my towel, you give it a couple of shakes and it literally falls off. I was mind blown. Christiane, again from her solo shop where I got my bum bag from, she has an amazing backpacker travel towel as well. If you don't have a go-to bath towel already, I'd highly recommend the one that she has, because she's really thought about a bath towel for an actual backpacker. I've got 3 bags here. One is my makeup bag, one is a smaller carry-on essential bag that's see-through, and the bigger one is everything else that I'll need that will go on my check-in luggage. Again, it's see-through just because it's so much easier to actually access and see where everything is that you need it. And for the carry-on luggage, see-through is really fantastic, just in case you accidentally packed a product that was over 100 ml and it came up on the scanner. You're that person in security that like packed too much perfume or something and they have to confiscate it. They can actually see what the issue is. Now these 2 here I got for like $5 from Target a million years ago, and they won't die. Now something that is non-negotiable for me is my hairbrush and my straightener. Yes, flash packer, but look, a girl gotta live. Okay, so your makeup bag. Try not to double up on any products, because when you are backpacking, honestly, you're very unlikely to put on a full face of makeup, especially if you're coming here in summer. It melts off your face. And the longer you stay in hostels, the more you just don't give a shit about what you look like. So try and keep your makeup bag to a minimal. What I've got for the plane is just some necessary items. I've got scrunchies, hair accessories, I've got my moisturizer, deodorant, my toothbrush, toothpaste. So that's basically it for my carry-on. You can see it's like quite small and will easily go in my carry-on backpack. And this is full of the essential items and my main toiletry bag. To avoid bringing the big shampoo and conditioner bottles, I always pack these bad boys full of whatever I've just got at home, or I go back to mum's and steal whatever she's got left over and just fill them up. And these will last me a couple of weeks, and it saves so much weight. My hair products that I like, these look weird. These have my perfume in it. So basically you can just pull them open. They come like this, and you fill it up with whatever perfumes that you want to take with you. These will last you a long time. Always a good idea to have one of those mini accessories bags with, you've got your nail clips, your you know, your tweezers for your mustache. I am a serial chapstick reapplier. So this comes with me everywhere. You know you have your favorite brand, so just pack it before you come. Now, we always try and be as sustainable and minimal waste as possible, especially when you're traveling, and one way to do that really well is soap, and it lasts a lot longer. So you can buy those bigger bars and put them in a reusable container so it doesn't leak. It's so easy to use in hostels, in and out of the shower. You just pack it straight in and you're not buying more bottles and chucking them out, and it's just a really smart way that I always recommend you do. Now, in terms of accessories, I always have this little pouch full of my jewelry that I want to take with me. I don't take my most precious or expensive items or the items that have most sentimental value. It's not so much a risk of them being stolen necessarily, although that's always a possibility. It's more that I just might lose them. Think about the kind of jewelry that you do want to take with you and keep it to a minimum. I know a lot of friends and family tend to want to give you like a Pandora charm or something as a going away present. Try and steer clear of that or discourage them from doing it for the reason I just gave you. But more so, maybe put money towards a new phone, sunscreen, sunblock, whatever you want to call it. We have the highest rate of melanoma skin cancer in the world. I'm not trying to freak you out, I'm just trying to tell you to be smart. The main thing that you want to think about, 50 SPF or factor 50 plus. Nothing less than that. It will be a waste of time. It is not protecting you from the harsh UV rays of Australia. So please don't bother or think that you're doing the right thing in protecting yourself by buying anything less than 50 SPF. In regards to your face, so ladies, I know we want to protect our faces. It's just common sense, and especially from the sun, but it's really hard to find a product that won't cause you to break out or feel really disgusting and oily on your face. Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration, 50 SPF plus, and it's never caused me to break out, and it smells really nice. Now, period time, something we love so much and always talk about. Sanitary products, they happen to be really different from country to country, which I realized much to my surprise. So if that's something that you just want to pack more of, then by all means go for it. If you want to be an eco warrior, consider a product that is zero waste, and being a really sustainable traveler, you want to consider something called the Moon Cup or a Diva Cup. Everyone that I've spoken to, especially while traveling, they've said that it's been life-changing. It's something that you don't want to try and incorporate in your life when you go traveling. It's something that you need to get used to before, but that is absolutely something, if you're trying to be minimal waste and sustainable, that you should consider. And lastly, things like medication. So depending on what you need, it is absolutely something that you should talk to your doctor or your GP about and ask if it's accessible in Australia when you're coming. It's something that you just need to consider, because you don't want to be stuck in Australia and not have access to the things that you need in terms of medication. Now, the most common obviously will be the pill. Although you potentially can find the same thing that you've been using, it's another added stress. So talk to your doctor and say, first, can I access it in Australia? How do I go about it? What is the brand called over there? And if they just can't give you the right answer, say, look, can I just get a year's worth then? More, a year and a half worth, because obviously the pill won't take up much space in your bag, and it's something that will just put your mind at ease and be less of a hassle when you get here. So I would definitely recommend, and what I always do is pack the amount that I know I will need. Okay, moving on to clothing. Now, when you're coming to Australia, although the stereotype is that it's hot weather, sunny, beach days all year round, that is kind of true, but also really false. Australia is huge. It is scientifically impossible, given its size, that the climates are the same no matter where you are in the country. If you start here in Melbourne or spend any time further down south here in the state of Victoria, South Australia, Tasmania, we get 4 distinct seasons. So you know when it's winter, you know when it's summer. So you want to pack for 4 seasons. As you head up the east coast, south to north, it will get hotter and more humid. So for example, up north in Cairns, They don't have the distinct 4 seasons that we get down here. It stays relatively warm and pretty hot throughout the year, but they have a wet and a dry season. So you really need to be mindful of these things. Number one, you want to invest, and this could be a good suggestion as a going away present, is a lightweight, compact, warm, waterproof down jacket. This is my personal favorite. It packs up in this little, almost like a sleeping bag pack. Pull it out. Now this once again is Kathmandu, my favorite brand for travel. It is so thick, so warm, and surprisingly lightweight. This will get you through Melbourne, autumn, winter, rain, spring. I highly recommend investing in a good jacket like this that you can hold onto. Now I would recommend also bringing along a jacket just for those cooler nights, going out in general, just a bit more of a smarter look that isn't like a casual hoodie. So this is an oversized hoodie, easy to chuck on over anything and just add that little bit more comfort. And it's actually also my brother's that I've stolen from him. I always go for about 7-ish tops. Yes, my pajama top does say Peking Duck on them. If you want some unreal Aussie DJs from Canberra, look up Peking Duck and try and see them live if you can. Then I've got a black singlet. If I, for some reason, feel like going for a jog for the first time in my life, I'll wear that as activewear. Then I've got 3 similar cut t-shirts, a green, a black, and a grey. Then I've got 2 sort of more fancy top, well, not fancy, but from my standards, tops that I could wear and chuck on if I'm going out to dinner. A nicer long sleeve warmer top for when you're down south here if it happens to be in winter. Now we always get questions about our welcome to travel singlets and t-shirts. Yes, we do sell them here in Melbourne, and it's amazing to see how many people are noticing other welcome to travelers up and down the East Coast, especially because they've been wearing these singlets. Now in terms of what to wear for the bottoms, but making sure that you've got everything for all seasons and all activities that you're wanting to be doing, I would say pack around 8 items. First up, these are just my pajama pants, really lightweight but also warm. Cooler months down south, you will wear tracksuit pants, or we call them trackies, especially around the hostel, just to laze around and be comfortable. These tie-up linen pants I wear all the time. They're such a nice, comfortable, lightweight pair of pants if I can't be bothered wearing tight jeans. They go with everything. Denim jeans can't go wrong, and it's so hard to find the perfect pair that fits you, so if you do have a go-to pair, definitely pack them with you. Denim short shorts, an essential item. It goes with anything, and I wear them pretty much every day, which is kind of disgusting when I'm backpacking. Activewear shorts, again, if I want to break from just smashing 50 beers when I'm backpacking and actually going for a run or whatever, got to pack a pair of those. They're also just really comfortable. A nice skirt. Now you can pack a couple of nicer skirts or shorts if you want, just for like a going out outfit. Lastly, I've got 1 jumpsuit, which acts as bottoms as well. It's very lazy. You can pack more than 1 jumpsuit if you want. This one is from Billabong. Now lastly, for clothing, you want to think about your underwear, your bras, and your swimwear. So I always love to pack in these little separate compartments, and always pack more underwear than you think, because you never know when you might shit your pants when you're traveling as well. The second one here is all my bras, sports bras, and swimwear. So if you're on the market for getting a really good quality pair of bathers, and in Australia you know you're going to get absolutely the wear out of them, I would wait till you're actually here, because they're super affordable and there's more brands to choose from. I would highly recommend Billabong or Rip Curl, amongst so many others, but their quality lasts forever. And lastly, I've just got a little laundry bag for the items you just don't want to be ruined by the look. The washing machines at hostels, they have seen some shit. Now, in terms of shoes, that is one of the most difficult things to pack for on a working holiday visa. I would first of all stay away completely from packing a pair of boots. You just don't need them. They will take up so much space in your backpack, and they're not an essential item. First of all, everyday pair of sneakers. You've got your running or walking everyday shoes, so you might go on a couple of hikes, just be a little bit more active, or you might be a runner Why would ya? I take these everywhere, my Birkenstocks. These are a bit of an investment, they're not cheap, but once you wear them in, they're so comfortable. Thongs, no, not a G-string. These are thongs, you call them flip-flops, or if you're in New Zealand, you call them jandals. These are the best things ever in Australia, so going to the beach. Also, when you're in a hostel, you just will feel like you don't want to put your bare feet on the tiles of the hostel bathroom or in the shower because herpes. Instead of sneakers or a nice pair of white sneakers just for going out in as well and looking a bit more refined, I have a pair of these kind of closed-toe leather sandals. Do you pack a pair of heels? Yes or no? I think not. They're going to take up so much room in your bag. No one cares if you wear flats when you go out. No one's gonna look at you and go, not wearing a pair of heels, get out of here, you peasant. And if they do, you're in the wrong place. Like, you've just probably gone to a shitty club in Sydney, no offense Sydney, but when you're backpacking as well, you just will start to reprioritize yourself when you go out. Do I need a full face of makeup on? Do I need to fake tan the day before? No, you won't, because you're in a hostel and they're not gonna put up with the fake tan on the sheets. And heels, they're so uncomfortable, you can't last all night. If you can, brilliant, good on you. I would highly recommend finding a flatter pair of sandals or nicer sneakers to actually wear out and replace your heels. Oh, horrifying. Now for the technology and accessories section, which is a really easy part to forget little things. This handbag comes with me everywhere. I think I got it from a market in Vienna in 2013 and I'm still clinging on to it. You can never go wrong with a tote bag. Just for grocery shopping or going down to the beach, you need to invest in a good water bottle. There is no reason to be buying single-use plastic water bottles in Australia. I bought this in Thailand a few years ago and I use it all the time if I don't have a bag with me to hold my water bottle. Sunglasses, obviously a necessity. Try to get polarized sunnies for Australia because again, the UV is so strong and without it you are actually harming your eyes quite a bit. Yes, these say Ray-Bans, but do I look like I fork out money for real Ray-Bans? No, so these are definitely fake and I'm just that kind of person. Power packs, headphones, adapter, something that you shouldn't leave to buy at any airports because they just charge an atrocious amount for them. So try and get them from a travel shop before you leave or online. I am a horribly light sleeper. So on the planes and in hostels, I just tend to struggle quite a bit. So I always have me luxurious fly's eyes and also earplugs. This might be the new norm. Hand sanitizer and face masks. So when we do get to travel internationally again, however that may look, masks and hand sanitizer might be essential. In terms of admin, 3 major things you want to pack, and I always bring it in my bum bag. Obviously your passport. We always recommend that you have about 250 Australian dollars ready in cash before you fly. Now, this is not something that's a legal requirement or customs is gonna ask you about, but you just wanna have that bit of extra backup cash when you land for your first week, just in case there's unexpected costs that arise. If you're on a working holiday, it's very likely that you will be opening up a bank account pretty quickly, especially if you join us on tour. That's one of the first things that we sort out for you here in Melbourne. Do not bring your home currency with you with the intention of exchanging it at one of the currency exchange shops in the airports. Their commission rates and their fees are astronomically ridiculous. Last thing is print off your visa. It's just an extra precaution and you will need it to open up a bank account. So either having a hard copy or it's saved on your phone is also going to be a requirement at some point anyway, so you may as well have it with you and ready to go. Alright, so this is probably what I would wear on the plane. So super comfortable, my oversized grey hoodie, my leggings, and then my sneakers, and I'll show you what I'll pack in my bum bag and my carry-on bag. I've also got my water bottle and the holder just in case I want it separate, wallet with my $250 cash Australian ready to go, my passport, we've got lip balm, mask, hand sanitizer, fly's eyes, sunnies, my Birkenstock, so they're just to change into on the aeroplane. 2 power packs, the cord, my essentials toiletry under 100 ml, just some clothes to change into if I need, and my headphones. So here's all the rest that I've got left to pack into my hybrid trolley 70-litre Kathmandu backpack. So guys, I've still got some room left over here. As I said, the 70-litre is quite large, so you've got plenty of room left over, so you can add some more items if you feel like you're missing out on something. But there is nothing worse than arriving in a country and going to an amazing market, seeing an item that you know you really want and you want to bring it back to your friends and family, and you go, oh, been here for 2 days, can't buy anything because I packed too much. Now, one category I have purposely missed out is career or working attire. You do not need to worry about that before you come to Australia on a working holiday visa. The reason being, you don't know what job or industry you're going to end up working in. It would be absolutely a waste of your time and money to buy what you think is appropriate clothing for being a bartender or working in retail or working in office, and you just don't end up working in that industry. Just go out and buy your go-to everyday wear for that job, and you will know what you need because you can absolutely ask them when you accept a job what is the required work outfit for this job. One last item you might want to consider is the neck pillow. Not an essential item in my opinion, just because I find it doesn't actually give you the support that you need. Even the really expensive, thicker, better quality ones, I find they're still quite awkward and I just don't tend to fall asleep that way. If anything, the times that I've bought one with me was to kind of straddle and like semi-spoon in my seat just because I have issues and it's a comfort thing. If you are going to get one, go for one with the memory foam inside it. Spend that little bit more. Don't get the ones with the little kind of beanbag balls inside. They do absolutely nothing. Thank me later. Right team, we're ready for my imaginary flight that will never leave Melbourne. I know I look good, but if you think I look like a dickhead, who cares? It blows my mind how many people wear a full face of makeup going from one side of the world to the other on a 22-hour plus flight. How do you do that? And your poor skin. You're not gonna meet your soulmate on the flight next to you. 9 times out of 10, there'll be a screaming child. Wear what's comfortable for you and what works for you, and you will have a great journey over. Thanks so much guys for watching. If you did find this useful or have any further questions at all about what to pack for a working holiday visa, if you are planning on coming over in the future when international travel starts again, put a question in the comments below or feel free to contact us anytime. Welcome to travel. This is what we do, what we specialize in. We're going to be putting out a whole lot of other content as well that you'll find useful. Please subscribe, wherever that may be. You know how YouTube works. See you in the next one.